Well, hey guys, make sure I got all my parts out of the pickup. Hey babe. Oh yeah, I think we got everything out of there. Anyway, it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time if you're working on John Deere tractors. Everything showed up at once for all the tractors I got torn apart. This morning I had a shuttle transmission there, and I was fully intended of making a video for it, but I think I left the damn GoPro camera on, and it takes about if I charge it off, I can charge it off a plug off my cigarette lighter in my service truck. And I was at the house this morning, and I had a shuttle transmission for a John Deere 310D backhoe, and I want to tell you a little bit about that. But I was going to make the video and turn the camera on, and the fucking battery's dead. So I was like, man, I got to get going. I got a lot of stuff to do. I'll run into another shuttle transmission that I'll make a video of. But so anyway, I want to tell you about that. Okay, those John Deere 310D backhoes have a Borg Warner. If you there's a flat spot up by the forward and reverse valve solenoid that's standing up vertical there on the kind of left rear side of the transmission, that shuttle transmission. If you clean that tag off, it'll say Velvet Drive Transmission. That's made by Borg Warner. Okay, so we called, and I've done a bunch of those things, a bunch of them, in Case 580C backhoes. I've done a million of them. 580, I think I don't remember if I don't think the K's had them. The D's had them, I know that. Anyway, so the people that own the backhoe, which is an irrigation district over there in Landville Valley, they called John Deere, and because I was really busy, and John said, yeah, I'll do some parts running because I know you're busier than hell, and I'll do some of that leg work while you tear it apart at your house and just tell me what you need. So I called him and told him I need basically a shuttle kit, the charge pump, and the torque converter. And so keep in mind, I've done a bunch of these things. I know what it should cost. He calls me back, and I thought he was gonna have a stroke. He goes, those sons of bitches at John Deere, they want $4 grand for that torque converter. He said it's like $39.80, and he said for the shuttle kit and the charge pump, he says the parts are almost $7,000. I said that's absolutely fucking absurd. And I said, let me make a phone call, I'll call you back. So I called over to Dan at Central Equipment. They're a Case dealer, Case construction dealer over in Medford, Oregon. And Dan says I can get all that stuff aftermarket, and it's actually good parts. He called me back, and he goes, I got all the stuff coming, it'll be here in 2 days. He got me the torque converter, the shuttle rebuild kit. I mean, it's a nice kit, guys. It's got all the 2 needle bearings. It's got the roller bearings for the output shaft. It's got all the input seal, output seal. It's got a new charge pump. It's got all new snap rings, all new seals. I mean, about every fucking thing you need in there. The only thing it doesn't come with the coils, or the valves, the shift valves. It don't come with that, or the electrical, none of that shit. But everything internally, it's there. I mean, it's a really nice kit. He got everything, torque converter, charge pump, all that other stuff, $1,320. Okay, there is I talked the owner into getting a new crankshaft dampener for this 9320T. And apparently there's a new washer for it too. I grabbed it here a minute ago. Yeah, there it is. There's our new crankshaft dampener. And these should be all rods and main bearings, and rod bolts, thrust bearings. We got a lot of shit to do now. Baldwin wrenches, that's gonna go over here. I gotta go set this stuff with the appropriate tractor so I don't get crap all mixed up. The old 2940 you see sitting over here. It's been in here for a while. He didn't need it, he just pulls a baler with it. But as you can see, those greasy ass steering cylinders, there's the seals for it. I gotta do that, and then I got the 2755. I got all the parts in for it, so I can actually finally start putting that thing back together. I had a bunch of comments about open antifreeze buckets. I've never had... The only dog I've ever had drink antifreeze wasn't worth the shit anyway, and it was kind of glad he did. But, well, I don't know. He was one of those kind of dogs. He would growl at people, and you don't want them kind of dogs around. He was just naturally just mean, and The only good thing I can say is, years ago when we lived in another town, he jumped the fence and chased the game wardens. The game warden lived in the same town, they're down the same street. He chased the game warden's wife down the road, so maybe he was a good judge of character. That was kind of funny, but you can't chase the game warden's wife down the road and expect her to live a long life. Okay, what do we got here? I'm trying to see what I did with that washer. There it is, I see it. It's in the... These are ceilings from 2755. Oh, there's this washer. I'm not sure where the washer's going. I'm gonna have to ask where this washer's supposed to go, maybe, huh? I'm not certain on that one. Okay, so this is all the 2755 garbage over here. We'll burn the midnight oil and we'll work till about 8 or 9 o'clock tonight and see if we can get something done out. We finally got some goddamn parts, man. Jesus. Order all this stuff at different times and then it comes in at the same time. I don't know. I don't understand it. The owner came by here yesterday. Owns this 9320 and at first he's like, well, why'd you take the pan off? And then I showed him the bearings and he goes, oh shit, I'm glad you did. He said, fuck, we might have scattered that son of a bitch. And I said, yeah, you would have. It would have got into the tin. It would have either rolled the bearing and screwed the crank up, and then you would have had to completely go through the whole son of a bitch and buy a crank. And these are all main bearing cap bolts. And these are going to be all our bearings, thrust bearings, all this good stuff. So, okay, all right. I think I'm actually going to start on the 2755. That thing's been here longer than that has. So that customer's been waiting longer. So let's take care of the 2755. Take all the 9320T parts, lay them here on the counterweights, and get rolling on the 2755 and see if we can get something done on it. Same customer owns the 2755. They're the ones that own the Orchard carry that had the head gasket blow too. So, you know, I had a over there talking to the guys that own that, and well, not that guy, but the guy that owns the 9320T. He bought a new, he bought a new 6175R, and he had come in last winter. He came into the shop last winter when I had that 6170R rebuilding the engine in it, and he kind of was curious what was wrong with it, you know. I mean, anybody would. That's not a very old tractor. Why in the fuck are you rebuilding the engine in it? And so I'm not gonna let that heavy bastard up there. I will go down with it, not up. And oh shit, that's the oil for it. They gave me clean oil for it. Anyway, you know, I was telling him the horror stories of the 6170R, and then he's like, shit, man, I screwed up then buying that 6175R then. I said, well, they're a good tractor. But they're a good tractor after you get rid of all the emission shit. Then they're a good tractor. I said the powertrain and, you know, transmission, rear end, hydraulic system, that all works fine. It's that engine, man. I said, it's just, you know, you get rid of the emission shit and it'll be fine. So, anyway, I talked to him there yesterday, and I guess the dealership mechanic has been out there. He had sent me a message here a while ago about with a code, and just a, you know, a text message with a code that popped up on this tractor, and I guess the tractor wouldn't move. And at the time, my service advisor was dicked up because good old Microsoft had updated my computer and fucked everything up. So then I told him, I said, well, let me get my service advisor working and then I'll look it up. Well, anyways, I looked it up later, and it was something to do with a, you know, a wiring problem, or maybe a transmission speed sensor problem, or something associated with that. And I guess the dealership guy has been out there, and I've heard this from other places. Every time he gets into a problem, this guy, he thinks it's the fucking controller. And he'll go out and stick this controller in, and it still won't work. And he'll mess around sitting there programming it, and it still won't work. And everything's always the computer. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been doing this long enough, and it's not just because I'm some smart genius, that I've just been doing it long enough that it's very rarely ever the controller. Most of the time the controller's working right, and it's telling you what's wrong with it based on the code that it's giving you, and you have to diagnose the code. You know, follow the troubleshooting tree and the service manual. And see, that's what kills me about, and I'm not just saying all dealership mechanics are stupid. No, one of my best friends, Pete Nigern, he's shit real smarter on the John Deeres than I am. I mean, he worked for John Deere for 25, 26 years. And he's a real smart son of a gun, but you know, he didn't like it when this other dealership took over, and he went out on his own. But a bunch of these new guys that I see, it just seems like it's just too much legwork for them, or too much work for them to actually, I don't know if they can't read or what the fucking deal is. You know, follow the damn steps in the damn service manual. I mean, the guys at the dealerships, they have more resources than we do to figure this stuff out, and they should be figuring it out, because it tells you right there. You know, you just have to, I don't know. It just kills me when they just start throwing parts at shit until something works. Then the guy gets a $10,000 bill for what should have been a $500 service call. Because you know as well as I do, none of this shit is cheap anymore. None of it is. Alright, I need to get my service truck over here by this tractor. But John Deere, they're kind of getting about as bad as, they're probably getting as bad as Cat is about their parts and stuff. And just because the fucking thing's green, they think it's worth $1 million, you know? It seems like to me John Deere's turned way more corporate now than when I was a kid and growing up, and we had 40 series and 50 series tractors and the 55 series tractors, and you know, it was just different back then. It seems like they were a different company than they are now. So now it's just, now they're just like all the rest of the assholes. All they're worried about is the bottom end, the money. You know, and they're shit canning all the small dealers, the ones that made them who they are. And what they're doing is they're getting these big conglomerate dealers like RDO and Pape and all this. And the whole purpose of that whole thing is to eliminate competition between dealers. So if you got this huge dealer network that's encompassing 1,000 square miles, I mean, in the old days, you used to be able to go over here to Donnie Boyd, and if you didn't like the deal that Donnie Boyd was doing, you could go up to Redmond or somewhere, you know, 40, 50 miles away and see if you could get a better price on the tractor or the part. No, now you go through this guy here, and if you want a better deal, you're going to have to go halfway across the goddamn country to do it, and it may not be any better because they've got their shit all jacked up too. You know, so it's just monopolize. They're trying to monopolize the service industry by telling you can't have any of the software, and then they're trying to monopolize the sales part of it, you know, and the price of the tractor or the parts, and eliminate the dealer competition. You know, it's just bullshit. I don't know. Sorry about going on my rant, but that's just the way I feel about it. You know, that dealer that we had here, he, 4-Day Boyd Company was the name of it. They were in business, shit man, there's pictures when they started over in Scott Valley back in like the 30s, you know, 30s or 40s. And they were, you know, Deere forced them out. They basically told them to get bigger or sell out, is what they told them. I gotta go get this dumped in my damn waste oil tanks. I don't like it when they do shit like that. You know, they shit on the people that made them what they are. You know, to me they're kind of shitting where they eat. All right, I gotta get this hood moved so I don't back over it. Okay, we'll move right there. Okay. Oh, I was kind of going through my sacks and part numbers and quantities and all that stuff. Those are the discs for the high pack. Now, the ceiling rings is where we ran into troubles at. So if you look at this JD Parts thing here, I don't know if you guys can see this. Number 18. Okay, it goes over your high clutch hub. That's those two ceiling rings. That's these right here. Those two ceiling rings that go on the end of that, which are all screwed up. See, look at this one side here on this one. See how it's all worn? It's got a lip on it where it's been wearing on it. And then the ends are broke off. Don't want to reuse those pieces of shit. That's an L33155. Let's go to number 18 here. L33155. Quantity of 2. Well, it says L33155 on the bag, but it's like a couple little rubber bushings. So, I don't know, they've got something mixed up in their parts deal there, or I just called and the parts guys were busy. They're supposed to call me back. I guess I'll go as far as I can and put this thing together. It should, oh, I bet you that's him right there. I just called Greg there, and they had 2 in stock, and he goes back, and I said, well, go back there and get them, and tell me what they look like. And he goes, they look like a couple snap rings almost. I said, you know, I know what he's describing. He's describing a seal ring. He says, they got a couple hooks on the end of them. I said, yeah, that's what I need. I said, but that's the correct part number on the bag, but they put the wrong shit in the bag. So, oh, god damn it, I'll tell you, it just drives me crazy. I'm going to call my wife and see if she wants to go drive 70 miles and go clear to Merrill and then come clearing the hell over here. Jeez. Better half, she's gonna run over there and grab the right stuff and come back, and damn it. Can't really blame the guys at the dealership for that. I mean, all that stuff comes from Portland, from a warehouse, so somebody at the warehouse, whoever does the packaging, or somebody at, so I don't know how that works. I don't know if Deere themselves get the, you know, Deere themselves, they must package the part and send it to the warehouses. It must be John Deere themselves that screwed that one up. Way it is. Alright. Here's all our screwed up clutches here for our PTO pack. We are going to save our, see the new ones, the new, be soaking in oil, but look at the newer updated PTO disc. They're like a drive disc. Way better than these. I mean, these are like an automotive style with friction material on them. Ain't worth a shit. Junk. Don't want those anymore. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, junk. Just peels right off of there. Make it work good in the car, but it don't work for shit on the tractor. Now, if you got slip clutches like this, you know, on the high pack here, change your steels out because it warps them. They get so damn hot. All right. Let me get the service manual out and get her fired up, and then we'll start rebuilding this PTO pack. And by the time I get all these packs back together and all that shit, she'll be here with the new seal rings, and I can put the clutch hub and stuff back into the drum there. Okay, so start out with the steel and go with the friction. Let's see here, I better count these. There should be 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. And just alternate them till you get to the top, to your pressure, or to your back end plate or whatever. This style of disc will last a lot longer. You never have to mess with that PTO. This will tractor for a long time after this. Something's not right. Something is not right. That's what I just did there. What the hell did I do wrong there? Why do I have... a double up somewhere? Or what the hell did I do? Should be 10 of those. 1, 2, 3. Wait, it's hard to tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10 of them. Huh. Okay, it's not adding up. This again. Pretty sure there was 10 of those, wasn't there? Oh shit, I see what I did already. I already see what I did. Doubled up on a steel, dumbass. Somebody watching the video probably go, oh, yeah, before I get to the, hey, you doubled up on a steel there, you better go back. Oh, I caught it. Right there, there's 2 steels lined up, dumbass. Okay. Now we got our shit together, maybe. Not a step side or anything. So. Okay. That, I gotta get my snap ring pliers. That's that big bastard there that goes in there. Oh, ain't it fun working your balls off for a living? Be nice for a couple days, then it'll rain for a couple days, then it'll be nice for a couple days. that, though. I totally screwed that up because I forgot. Got my stack up right, but those spline discs. So go like this first. I remember this clutch hub has got a step on it. You can't start that hub down in there. So you got to put that in there like that. And then you got to put your internally splined one in there. That's the way it has to go together. What the hell's that? Piece of that shit got in there somehow. I forgot about that. Done that before on these and got the whole pack together. Why won't that go in there? Oh. I got an old 986 International I need to go put a PTO into. Okay, now we got all that done. Right on. Now we can put our snap ring in there. Or PTO. Whoa, look out. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. God damn it, I'm telling you what. Go get my straight ones. These 90s aren't working for shit. I got a bigger pair with bigger ends on them, but they only go one way. They only expand them, they don't contract them. So that won't work too good for me. Let's use these straight ones here. Maybe I can get them squeezed together. Now I'll get a couple screwdrivers and stick the damn thing in there. Okay. Shit, dirt on it again. Damn it. I'm dropping it. God damn, this is not working for shit. Okay. Need a bigger pair of snap ring pliers. So, what I do is I get a screwdriver and put the fucking thing in there. Quit fucking around with it. Just like that. Alright. Piss me off? Okay. That PTO pack's pretty much together. Okay. Now these kind of got metal sealing rings for seals. They're not rubber or Teflon or anything. You rarely ever see one go bad, but they can be kind of fun to start in there. Let's clean this up a little better. I have a seal here too, right there. It's a big sealing ring. And then this one here will go on the actual clutch piston. raining now, isn't she? This one can kind of be a pain in the ass to get in there. What I like to do, see, I'm hitting that step right there. I'm hitting that step where the upper snap ring goes in there. I can't figure out what the hell am I hitting here. Dang it, man, I'm having a hell of a time here. Like I said, this one can be kind of a pain in the ass. That light is burning my shoulder. It's putting out so much heat. Holy shit. Just got a fucking microwave on my shoulder. There we go. We're getting there. Okay, we should be there with that old girl. Okay. There we go. There we go. Our PTO clutch piston is in there. Or not our PTO clutch piston, you moron. You know what I forgot to do? I got some clean TH1000 there. I forgot to soak these in there. Just let these 3 discs soak in there for a little bit. Okay, was there another one of these? Yeah, there was. Okay. Alright, I need to get these out of here and we'll toss them on the ground. TH1000 Chevron red shit. Pretty good oil. Okay. Okay, remember on this clutch piston here, you're gonna have to index your pinhole, your dowel here with the piston. Pretty much kind of in line with the little 3 there. Very close. I'll probably have to twist it and dick with it to get it in there. Bastard. I never started down in there anyway. can't twist it, then you got it. Alright, now, these damn level springs. First one's supposed to go like that, yeah. No, that ain't right. That ain't right. Go like that. Go like that. Alright, that's right. Okay, where's that little clutch hub that I had done that one time? There it is. Get my snap ring right here. Trying to remember how I did that last time. I remember, I think I started it on that hub, is what I did, and then I pressed it down and just popped it on there with a screwdriver or something. Where's my snap ring pliers at? Yeah, I could get it started. And then I went over to the press. Put that on there and then popped it in there. I think that's what I did anyway. I don't remember. Work on too many different things. I can't remember shit anymore. What I did from one day to the next. Oh, she needs a little help. Snap ring groove. Alright, let's get a screwdriver. You can pop it on there. I think we got her. Alright. She's in there. Actually, I don't think it's in on the back. I don't think there's so much is in there on the back. Let's put the gap back there and press on it again. Damn sure we get it seated up right. There it goes. Okay. I'm glad I checked that. I'm glad I checked that. You don't need that thing coming unpuckered. Okay. Get her whipped. Okay, so PTO clutch pack. Not PTO clutch pack, I mean high clutch pack. Should be, what do we got here? One steel, one friction, two steels. It's like 2 and 2, it looks like. They sent me 4. I don't know why they sent me 4, but they sent me 3 of these. Get a look and see what the quantities are on them. Should be a steel there and friction. Steel. these up again. I've got 3 steels. Looks like I got a steel, friction, steel, friction, and steel. Let's look in the book, see what the book calls for on that. Alright, installing clutch disc. Install external clutch disc and external spline clutch disc, beginning with an external spline disc. Okay, that don't tell you much for quantity. Let's see, is there an exploded view? Exploded view, that's what I want right there. Alright, let's scroll down here. One steel there they got, 1 friction, 1 steel. So they got 2 frictions and 3 steels. Okay. Now this planetary, we gotta time this thing, guys. Okay, you're gonna have 2 V's here, 2 little V's. 2 little V's here. 2 little V's there. Basically put these V's in between those V's. Oh, we're a tooth off on that one. Shit, we're just a tooth off here. Can't really see that. Alright, so I finally got her. Those V's are all in between those V's. Okay. The clutch hub is not timed. Okay, there's gonna be a dowel hole right. Where the fuck is that son of a bitch at? up now where it's supposed to be. Flip it over and put the bolts back in it. I know where that goes. That goes on that other. Actually, it goes on the other end here. Here's where it goes. I gotta see what the torque is. Probably like 25 pounds. What is the torque for that? Put this laptop in here pretty soon. Torques for hardware. Planet pinion carrier to clutch drum cap screws, 23 foot. Oh, that's close. It said 25. Oh, doggies, I can do about the same thing you guys are doing right now. I don't. Need a fucking nap. Well, my wonderful wife, when she shows up here, we'll put those two seal rings on there. I got a new snap ring for that too. That's gonna go right there is where that goes. Probably gotta put some grease or something on there. I'm gonna throw it back down in there and it'll ride against that. Yeah. PTO clutch is ready to go. Yeah, so I'm just pretty much waiting on that. So we're gonna pick up the clutch housing, set it right on the bumper of the pickup, put it together on the bumper of the service truck. Alright, I gotta get rigged up here. I gotta go ahead and get the crane swung around. Oh. Okay, that's getting fairly close to where I need to be. Oh, come on. Bastard. We better put these straps on it just for safety's sake. It ain't that heavy, but but man, I don't want to. I had it standing up the other day. I don't know, for some reason I don't want to do it now. The old 55 series are starting to show a little age to them. I think I would have the slack taken up in there someday. There you go. Yeah, L33155. That looks a little better. And I got this thing up here on the bumper of this service truck, where I can stand here and work on it. We got her all cleaned out. Put those on next. Let's see here. Gotta figure out what we gotta do here. That's gonna go in like that, I think. Remember. Oh, that one hub went into that. PTO. This back side of this high-low unit went into that. Which side of that one? I'm trying to remember. Bearing retainer plate on our new charge pump, so we got to take two of the bolts out and hold the charge pump together. You'll stick your hollow shaft in there. Okay. You'll see a couple flat spots, a couple tangs here where the clutch turns this shaft. That's going to line up with the tangs that turn your actual charge pump. There we go. Now I'll take this plate here. Tighten these right now. I'll have to get a long extension and torque wrench and torque all this down when we get it in there. Now, make sure you put a new seal right here. Pickup tube goes on this side, on the left-hand side. Are. All right, let's see here. foot-pounds is the torque on these. Now that hollow shaft that goes through through the charge pump there. It's got a bunch of needle bearings and they like to fall out. I really grease them up real good when I stick that back in there so they don't fall out on me. Okay, then I've got, let's see here. I'm just gonna zip those up because I still gotta put that pickup tube in there and stuff before I put that one bolt in there. Where is that? Oh, right there. You'll see it's got kind of a keeper on it for that pickup tube. Why is that doing that? Seems like it's not wanting to tighten up. Kind of feeling a little bit. Oh, something ain't right. That can't be right. That should turn freely. Something's not right. Back them off and see what the hell's going on. Should be all the way in. Looks like this bearing's not all the way in. See how it's spinning nice and freely now? What the hell's going on here? Let's see if we can tap it in or something. Maybe it's just not seated up. So what the hell's going on? I need to figure out what in the hell's going on here. This ain't making any sense. Why is this bolt here so damn tight? And the rest of them are all, I mean, there's a gap between the bolt and there. Why is that fucker there so tight? Something's going on here. Tighten those up, will it turn? Yeah, it's just something with this one bolt hole here for some reason. I don't know what the hell is going on. Why is it acting funny? Tighten that one up and the fucker locks up on you. Let's pull it back out, see what the hell's going on. Something's not right. Not sure what's going on here, guys. Not real sure right now. Unless it just bolt down on there. What the hell is this thing doing? Why would it be doing what it's doing? Looks like it's not going in square or something. Oh, it's not going in square to the... Let's torque those down in here. Put it in the vise. I mean, that ought to turn. Everything ought to turn just nice and freely there. Everything's still turning. It's just when you suck the... something's not right. That's all good. So, one of my bolts fell out here on the ground. So I guess we can try it again, see what the hell's going on. I think there's supposed to be an O-ring inside that groove right there. Where's the old charge pump at? Pretty sure there's supposed to be an O-ring inside that. Okay, what part of the housing am I looking at here? Yeah. Yes, there's supposed to be an O-ring in there. I ordered an O-ring kit. Let's see if it's in the kit. Good to stick that in there anyway before we... I don't know if those were there or not. It's supposed to be in this gasket kit. That's what they told me. Kind of a rainy, gloomy day. Pretty slow today. Well, I mean, plenty of work. Hasn't been a bunch of service calls like there usually is, and phone ringing off the hook. It's been nice of that on that aspect of things. I'll try not to tear my damn gasket out. Ah. Okay. Gasket set here. Let's go where the feed tubes go on the... And I'm thinking something about like that, it looks like to me. And I was wrong. Too small. Dang it. So it's a little bit bigger OD than that one there is. It's the same as that one. Oh, that doesn't come in that kit. You gotta order this kit for that, you damn bastard. What the hell's the matter with you? It ain't gonna be in that kit. So maybe it's one of these. That every O-ring I could see in there, I ordered it. Let's try one of these. See if one of these will work in there. That's probably too fucking big. Alright, don't you like it when I think so positive? I'm so positive about shit. I gotta get a pick or something to get a hold of it and pull it back in. There's probably got too much of a 90 in it. do it without cutting it. So that is the O-ring right there for that. Okay. Take a little snot there and stick on it so it slicks her up real good. So the tube doesn't roll it when we put it back together. Okay, now if we could just figure out why our pump's wanting to hang up when we tighten it up, which absolutely makes no damn sense at all. I don't know, when we tighten up the housing bolt, it wants to hang up. I don't know. That. It must be that O-ring. No, you miserable son of a gun, you. Must be that O-ring. I think pull back out and look at it. It's got to be that O-ring. I mean, it ain't rolling it or anything. Piece of shit. Let's do her again. Now, fucking I'd get the charge pump situated in it right. Try it. See what we get this time. Where's my socket? And it's fucking locked up again. What the fuck is... I'm losing my fucking mind here, man. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, shit. Let's put this one in. Let's suck it up. Maybe we're just going... Getting everything cattywampus in there. And that's kind of what I see going on. You just gotta pull that other bolt in there. Now I'm worried that I cut that O-ring. You'd think that son of a bitch would have slid in there without having to pull it in with a bolt. I'll pull it back out. I'm just scared to death that I cut that O-ring. Right up against tailgate. There we go. Let's look at it and make sure we didn't cut the stupid O-ring on there. No, we didn't cut it. Okay, well, it just goes in tighter than shit. Man. I've been down that road so many times. Cutting out a damn O-ring or something like that, you know. Have to pull the whole fucking tractor back apart because you cut an O-ring. Been there. What I'm gonna do this time, it's got to go from over here to over here, see if it'll suck it in. Okay, it turns. That's good. All right. Confucius. I'm confused. What the hell's going on here? Not good when you tighten shit up and stuff locks up on you. You're like, what in the hell's going on here? All right. Okay. That charges